tuned in to the Rasslin Cafe podcast with your hosts, Killa K and Big Southern. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Rasslin Cafe.
Yup, what it do, y'all? It's your homeboy Killa K, and it's the Rasslin Cafe, all up in your eardrums again for podcast number 23. We hope everybody's doing okay. I got the homeboys with me, and the first lady of the Rasslin Cafe, Regis, and so again, Big Southern, and returning for the podcast is the homeboy Psycho. How you guys doing out there?
Doing just fine, just dandy.
I was about to say homeboys, I'm a girl. Last time I said.
She said the first lady, so that covered you. But just dandy.
I know. He said that after that. And I was like, is he gonna say the other thing?
Hey, I'm gonna blame that on because like today was it's called Donut with Dad Day. So before the podcast, I went to the elementary school with my kids, and just had some coffee and some donuts, and the coffee was kind of weak, so my brain ain't working right now. And on top of that, man, all the other dads, they took all the damn donuts, bro. You don't take donuts from an Asian guy, man. What the hell? I was sitting there eating a banana muffin, bro.
Wow.
Psycho, how you doing, bro?
You know how I'm doing. I'm doing good. It's Psycho, CYCO. Y'all got it, don't you? But I'm doing good, man. I hope everybody else up on here is doing good today.
Alright, and before we proceed, our social media bullshit, man, thanks to everybody out there liking the page. If we can get to 100 likes, yours truly will be doing a giveaway. That'll be announced after we reach 100 likes. And there's us on Twitter. Follow the show at the Rasslin Cafe, at Big Southern. Again, facebook.com/ the Rasslin Cafe. We got a group up on there. The potluck, Facebook. The Rasslin Cafe potluck. If y'all want to go in there and start talking to us and stuff like that.
Yes.
And the RasslinCafe.com. I'm going to be revamping the page because I changed my mind a lot. Like, okay, I want to do this. No, I don't like that. But it's all good in the hood, though. Like I always say, we got money in the bank creeping up around the corner. We're going to talk about that today. And some other stuff. But before we proceed, I want to get y'all's opinions on here, because if we have first-time listeners on here, we're just going to go around the table, pass the salts around when it's time. So the other day, I heard this comment from another podcaster. I'm not going to bash him because I respect him, but here at the Rasslin Cafe, we're just fans, guys. And the objective of our podcast is basically, we just talk about whatever comes to the dome, the head, if you guys don't know what that is.
Right.
And at least for me, I like to discuss the product and what ideas I can come up with, even though that's not going to mean a damn thing, because I'm just a fanboy. But how to make it better. It's like you come up with a recipe. Oh, let's add this. Let's take this out. How can we make this better? You know what I'm saying? And what's your thoughts about all that, Southern? As far as the podcast is concerned, a podcast. Somebody made the comment the other day, you gotta reach out to me, you're gonna grab me, you gotta show me why you different from everybody else. I'm gonna just say this, if you look at all the podcasts out there, they're all the damn same, in my opinion.
It's all the same, exactly. Everybody it's opinion based, unless you have a guest, you know what I mean, that's a wrestler that actually knows the facts, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, if you are on there and you are actually not in the business, all of your stuff is opinion based. And it's that's everyone. And it's like everybody pretty much talks about the same things. We are talking about wrestling. We are giving our opinions. That's it. So, I mean, I don't know why someone would even say something like that. Because the thing about it, I mean, are they putting themselves in that category as well? That's what I want to know. And then, you know, they had to start off too, in order to make it to where they are. So, you know, I hope that answered your question, that you know, what you was asking.
You know, when it comes to, quote, being different, separate yourself from the pack, and when I stated a moment ago that everyone's the same because everyone has guests. There's probably like one podcast that I can think of off the top of my head where they don't have guests, and that is actually two of them. The 83 Weeks with Eric Bischoff and Something to Wrestle With. They don't do guests, and we occasionally like to have guests because we like to reach out and get people's thoughts about the product. So,
but
I know another podcast that doesn't have guests.
I got to tell you though, some of those guys don't even need guests though. Like, you know, Tony Schiavone, Eric Bischoff, and
Don Tony and Kevin Castle.
All of them, yeah. None of them folks really need guests because they already pretty much, you know, they are interesting by themselves to me.
And
that's my opinion. So, you know, they don't have to have somebody on that could and see, just like Bruce Pritchard and Comrade, they go together because, I mean, I just like the way that they do. I like the way that they do their stuff, just like Comrade and when Comrade was with Ric Flair and when Comrade is with Tony Schiavone. I like the way that they do. I like their style. I really do. And, you know, they don't need guests in order to get things going because it's basically Comrade asking the questions that the fans left or questions that he came up, you know, of his own, and he'll ask the question and Tony or Bruce Pritchard would just answer the question. And see, sometimes I like that. Well, most times I like that. And a lot of times, man, even if they have a guest, sometimes I'm not even interested in the guest. I just want to hear what you have to say. Like, for instance, Jim Ross. You know, I like to hear Jim Ross's, I forgot what he called his little segments before he bring the guests on.
What's on my mind?
Huh?
He calls it What's on My Mind.
Yeah, that. I like to hear Jim Ross talk about that kind of stuff, you know, and I like that more than I really like to listen to the guest, depending on who the guest is. So those are my thoughts about it.
I agree with everyone saying that it's the same when it's fan-based podcast. At the same time, it's also different, and here's how I say that. It's all the same because we're all fans and we're basically giving our opinion on wrestling unless we actually know somebody in the business or someone that's been in the business. But here's where it's different. Everybody put their own spin on things. For an example, we put our own spin on things. You know, we are wrestling fans, and we're just giving our opinion of who we like and what we would like to see them do, while you may have another podcast that has fans on it. They may give their opinion, they'll give their spin on it. So it's all the same, but yet it's still just, once again, everybody putting their own spin on it. It's how you approach it, how you present the product.
Yeah, I can see that. Yep.
Anyways, y'all, let's go into the news. So, just thought I'd get that out there. And, you know, hey, if you like what you hear out of us, man, You know, like I said, hit us up. Let us know. I don't, good or bad. Don't be afraid to step up to us. And
that's right.
We're gonna defend our turf. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But in the world of wacky wrestling, it's all subjective, anyways. You know what I mean?
And if you hear us say something that's wrong, let us know. And we'll send you a jar of pickled pig knuckles. You know what I mean? So yeah. But
all right, man. So all right. So as we roll into the news here, as I like to call them appetizers, before we roll into it, happy birthday today to Liv Morgan, however you pronounce that.
Liv Morgan. Don't you ever get that wrong again. Liv Morgan. All right.
She turns 24 years old today, and
happy birthday, Liv. Hope you listening.
And happy birthday to this is an old school guy, man. Tatanka. 50.
Oh man, okay.
Wow.
57 years old.
All right. Wow. Tatanka.
Okay. Man, have you ever heard Bruce Pritchard do that? Dude, it's hilarious when he does that.
I got to hear that.
His impressions are funny as hell, man.
Oh yeah.
So what we got here, let's see. Condolences go out to Chuck Williams and his wife and family. Well, not really Chuck Williams. Rockin' Rebel, I think he went by.
Oh yeah.
Back on June 1st, there was a murder-suicide, and when I looked at it yesterday, the police are ruling it as such. They're thinking that the husband shot the wife and shot himself, and if I remember, I think the kids were playing in the back yard.
Yeah, that's sad. That's really sad. I want to put some personal notes on that. This is the way I feel about that, and then we can move on. I feel like if you want to kill yourself, you kill yourself and leave me alone. Okay, I want to live. Get rid of yourself. Okay, I'm done.
Exactly. So many times, and I agree, because so many times we see people doing this mess. They'll go here and go crazy, pull out a gun, start shooting everybody else, and instead of going to jail like a grown-up, they're like a child and take their own life. And it's nonsense. It shows you where our world is going. That's
coward.
What I got. But, yep, it's a cowardly thing to do.
Any thoughts, Regis?
I don't know what to say about that. I just know this is kind of similar, not the way he did it, but like kind of similar to the, I don't want to say Chris Benoit situation. So
yeah, except for there wasn't a child involved. Yeah.
No, yeah, there wasn't a child involved. That's why I said it was similar to it. It wasn't the exact same way he did it. I just feel bad for the kids and everybody else.
I feel bad for the kids. Yep.
Because the kids don't have a mom and a dad now.
Yeah. The kids and the family of the mom is who I feel bad for.
Yeah. And in Chris Benoit's situation, the kid doesn't even have a life, a mom or a dad.
Right.
I'm not laughing about it. It's not funny. I'm laughing about the fact that this is so weird because what's it been like almost 11 years that Chris Benoit did this?
Mm-hmm.
And now,
ooh, it's knocking on 11 years' door, yeah.
Yeah. And now, we've got another one that then killed his wife and him, so without the children, but it's just weird. It's weird how this is happening, and I hope it does not happen again in the wrestling community or any other family or whatever, because it's terrible.
Yep.
It's horrible. It's very, very horrible, and I would not wish it on anyone. My condolence go out to the family and everything, of the mom, because they're mainly the ones suffering.
Yep.
But his family's probably suffering in a way too, because they lost
their son. Yeah.
And it sucks for everybody actually in this whole situation, and the kids lost mama and daddy. So I know what it feels like to lose mama and daddy, because even though mine isn't, even though mine probably aren't dead, I don't know if they are or if they're not.
Right.
I still lost my real parents, so I know what it's like.
Yeah.
So, weird. It's so sad.
All right,
I just really hope and pray it don't happen again.
Yeah, condolences from the Rasslin Cafe team going out to his wife. I can't give props to someone or condolences to a person that took his woman's life for whatever reason. There is no justifiable reason.
None.
So
none.
Rest in grief, my homie.
Yep.
Johnny Saints, I think that's the name.
Yeah.
The new general manager for the UK. Has anybody been following that UK stuff? I know they got tapings coming up and they got an event coming up later this month.
I think it's the 18th and 19th that they're supposed to be doing the UK tournament or whatever it is. And that guy, I went and looked him up last night and I have never heard of him.
And so next we got, let's see, there's Cody Rhodes was at the what's that place called where ECW used to kick it?
Is it Philadelphia?
No, the Hammerstein. There you go, the Hammerstein Ballroom.
Okay.
He teased that they might be doing All In 2 at Madison Square Garden. What do you guys think about that? WWE
I hope
country.
They do. I hope that they get it done, and I think they can.
Yeah.
Because even with the All In that they have right now coming up, that thing sold out, man, in less than 30 minutes. So, and they did a good job of, pushing it and letting people know that they were doing it, and everybody already had their money together, and they were like, I'm going to this event. Some people had to get turned away because the tickets sold out so quick. So I'm telling you, man, I'm down for any product that could do that, and I want every wrestling organization to be successful because I'm a fan. So if I just so happen to get sick of WWE, which is a whole lot here lately, I could turn it to something else.
Yeah, because I haven't been watching WWE product. Well, I have, that's a lie, but it's old school WWE product.
Yeah.
And it's weird because I will sleep. I have the WWE network streaming as we speak right now. And I'm at one of the Raws where Jerry Lawler has a heart attack, but I'm past that.
Oh man.
I'm at that part. I'm actually past where, they've got JR and JBL on commentary. And yeah. So I don't watch current WWE product anymore. It's sad to say because when I was a kid I used to be like, I'm gonna watch wrestling forever because it's my thing and it's helped me with my anger.
Ooh boy, we were just talking about that yesterday. Yep.
Yeah, so now it's like I'm gonna go to sleep at 8 o'clock because wrestling's not, and I don't even watch Impact. And I
haven't watched Impact in a long time.
I don't watch NXT. I'm literally off.
Oh man.
The crap that I watch, Ring of Honor and other stuff, I don't watch any WWE product, and that's so sad. I've fallen off the radar. So it's crazy because when you guys are talking about the pay-per-view, I'm just gonna be like, I don't know because I have not been watching Raw or SmackDown.
Well, you still know who the people are, though.
Of course I do. I mean, I haven't fallen off the radar that badly, but
yeah,
I still know who everybody is. I just don't know what the hell is going on because I'm watching. So, Money in the Bank is going to be interesting because I'm not watching that either. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's gotten that boring for me.
With me,
What the fuck? Did you just snort?
Yeah. Oh hell.
With me, I'll be watching Raw and SmackDown, and when it gets boring, I'll leave it on and keep listening to it. But I'll get doing something else, like playing a video game or something.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch the Taco Bell commercial.
Lord have mercy.
With the Chihuahua in it, eating tacos. My dog, she's a Taco Bell dog.
Yeah, I got Taco Bell dogs too.
She loves tacos. She loves Taco Bell.
Oh Lord.
So I'd
yeah,
rather watch
man,
that than watch wrestling.
it's ridiculous because I know that usually I'll sit there and I'll be playing on my phone or something until they put on something that's interesting, which is not much. Now I'm not gonna completely shit on WWE. They do have their moment. It's just far in between.
So,
Adam Cole.
this came out a few weeks ago. It's all about that money. Vince, Eric, Southern, you know what I'm talking about, bro. WWE in the next 5 years, man, they're gonna be making at least $2.3 billion combined with SmackDown Live and Raw. If I remember the numbers right, it's 205 mil for SmackDown, which will end up on Fox, and then USA, $265 million. And then on Fox Sports 1, I believe, they're thinking about doing a studio show for WWE, and
Yeah.
SmackDown Live will remain live on Fridays. So, thoughts about any of this, guys?
Okay, so I do like the fact that Raw is staying on USA, and I do like the fact that SmackDown is going to Fox, which I think is a good thing because being that Raw is on cable and Fox is basically local, it will help them if they put on some good content and basically have people, that's a way for them to promote the network. Now, one of the problems that I did hear about the Fox thing is that being that it's live and everything, a lot of the people on the West Coast, they were saying that it was probably going to end up causing a problem with them because a lot of the people on the West Coast was going to have to they're going to have to, which it's not a surprise because it's the same thing with Raw and SmackDown already. You all's time zone is different, so the stuff is going to come on at a different time than you all. But they were just basically saying that people on the West Coast needed to stay off of Facebook and Twitter if they didn't want to know what was going on wrestling. They had to, because on the East Coast is where they are going to play it first, and Central Time and stuff like that. And the West Coast is going to be the last people to get it. So that's a lot of people were saying that was going to present a problem. And I was sitting there like, how is that going to present a problem when it's basically the same thing that's been going on for the longest?
I was about to say that, man, because when you're watching Raw on Monday, I stay away from the phone and the computer, whatever, because I can't see it until you're done watching it.
Right. So yeah, I don't see how they would come up with that issue saying that that's going to be a problem. Well, hell, you've been having that problem for the longest. So I mean, but I'm just glad that it's live because I was getting sick of pre-recorded stuff because, a lot of people were getting the results and putting them out there. And I was like, there's no reason for me to even watch it now. So,
What I don't like is the piped-in noise. I don't like the piped-in noise, like when Roman Reigns comes out, they're booing the hell out of him. And then you could tell that they dubbed the cheers in there, man, just to protect the guy.
Mm-hmm. Here's my thoughts on SmackDown Live thing. I wish they would go back Thursdays, and I have a couple of reasons. And the first reason is I was so used to them being on Thursdays because that's how they started. And when they moved it back Thursday, the last time, I was like, oh man, cool. Because the thing is that I always enjoy the Thanksgiving edition of SmackDown. That was always classic. The gravy bowl match. I always got a kick out of that. How they get in there and wrestle in that gravy. It's hilarious.
Man, that was
and then they had
the
had a big giant food fight. But the thing with SmackDown being on Fridays, with me, it's a conflict. And here's why I say that. Now, yes, I can always go on the internet right afterwards, download it and look at it or whatever. But with me, I follow high school football, and I'm just keeping it real. I love wrestling. Don't get me wrong. I love my WWE, but my football comes before wrestling. It's always been that way, and it's always going to be that way because I do. You know, I love football, high school, college, and pro, and that's the conflict with me. But I do think it's good that they putting them on Fox because they can get more exposure. I just wish they put all of them on Fox so then I can cut my cable off, save money.
Yeah, but that was one of the plans they were talking about. Fox wanted to get everything. They wanted all of it, but they did not get it. And the thing about it, did y'all hear about the guy? I don't know if it was the CEO of Fox who basically was telling them that USA pretty much really didn't give a damn about them or something into that effect. And they were that was the line, one of the lines that they pitched, but apparently it didn't work. But
he said,
I don't know if you get paid more, because I know that Fox is super bigger than the USA Network, and they have more, channel line, what sister stations, I should say, and they could do more with the WWE. So I think that Fox would have been the better route. But who knows, man? After the contract and stuff is up, they may just go to Fox. So we'll see.
And they might also too, and I've seen this with other situations. They might could renegotiate that contract before it's truly finalized. I mean, I've seen that before where they found loopholes in the contract and they went back and said, "Hey, I want to. Here's the loophole. How I can get out of the contract. I want to read." So it's one way to do it.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, the dude from Fox, he was stating that USA is embarrassed by your product. That's what you were.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
I was like, please. But yeah, it's always good to make money. You know what I'm saying? To wrap it all up about this, they're making triple the amount that they were making the last go around. So money's good.
Yeah.
And plus, like Ted DiBiase says, and it's holding true here to the WWE, that everybody has a price.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of everybody having a price, to round up the news, CM Punk, Colt Cabana defeated the Machine. Thoughts about that? Did anybody follow that trial? Any thoughts?
I did.
And
I was happy. I was so happy about it. I was really glad that they won, and
it was ridiculous.
Yeah, and then listening to the highlights
in the first place.
Listening to the highlights from the trial, I had already came to my conclusion that CM Punk and Colt Cabana was going to win, because that doctor, man, all the stuff that they brought out on him, all the felonies they brought out on him during that trial, I don't see why Vince McMahon haven't fired that dude.
Yeah. Did you listen to Human by Nature? Is that where you get your facts from?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did too. I messaged him earlier and asked him about the crap.
Yeah, and
but shout out to WrestleZone though, y'all.
I don't understand why Colt Cabana, just like CM Punk was saying, I don't even understand why Colt Cabana was even involved with this case when Colt Cabana was only doing his job, which is his podcast. He had CM Punk on as a guest. CM Punk came and he basically gave his story. And when I heard the story from CM Punk, it was so believable. I was like,
I felt bad for him.
Me too. And you could just tell that he was being genuine. He was just being genuine about what happened. So
I felt so bad for him. And he's cool too.
Yeah, I heard. And I think that, just like CM Punk was saying, I think that it was a way for them to bleed him for money. That's what I believe. So, and he said, me too, because Colt Cabana lost a lot of money and CM Punk lost a lot of money going through this crap. And the guy, the guy who interviewed CM Punk asked him, was he going to do a countersuit, and CM Punk was basically like, "No, that's not my style." So he's just wanting to put it all behind and move on. So I just hope the best for him.
So now he can just focus on the fight.
Mm-hmm. So yep, I big ups to CM Punk. I hope he wins this fight. I really do.
Shout out to WrestleZone, as I was saying. The WrestleZone covered this trial. WrestleZone. I forget their names. I know it's Nick something, and there's another guy from WrestleZone in there. And I usually don't read articles from WrestleZone, but they did a really good job on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick Hussman, man, his fiance or soon-to-be wife, she's hot. Sorry.
Who?
The guy that covered the trial.
Oh.
Nick Hussman from WrestleZone. So.
Okay.
And he used to rock with Eric Bischoff on Wrestling, but I don't know why that phased out. But anyway.
Well, shout out to your hot wife, Nick.
All right, y'all. So that took too damn long. That was the news section, the appetizers, and we're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna come back and put some more flavor in your ear.
You're listening to the Rasslin Cafe podcast. Follow us on Twitter at the Rasslin Cafe and like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/the Rasslin Cafe. Check out our website at www.theraslincafe.com for blogs and much more about the world of professional wrestling. And now, back to the show.
All right, people, we are back. And we are going to start this conversation off with, well, first of all, let me remind you all to follow us on Twitter at Rasslin Cafe, at Big Southern, and at the WrestlingCafe.com on Facebook, and Rasslin Cafe Potluck on Facebook. Holler at us. Let us know what you think, what your ideas are, what you would like for us to talk about in the near future, or whatever the case may be. We would really, really appreciate it. So now we are moving on into a topic that I want to talk about before we get on to our predictions with Money in the Bank. So I want to talk about The Undertaker for just a short period of time. I heard that The Undertaker is supposed to be returning for a third time, which is unheard of these days when it comes to The Undertaker, because here lately we have only really been seeing The Undertaker come back for one match, which is his all-time famous show, which is WrestleMania. And, you know, a lot of people was complaining about that. Me being one of those, I was complaining about that at one point in time. I was like, dang, man, I'd like to see The Undertaker do more than one match during the year. But you already know The Undertaker already paid his dues. Undertaker has nothing else to prove to anybody. So, you know, the dude basically earned, you know, his paycheck. Whatever they are paying Undertaker, he earned. Okay, so we already know that Undertaker has gone through a lot of stuff here lately. The man has had surgeries and stuff like that. He's old. I don't remember exactly how old the Undertaker is now. I think he's like either 52, 53, something like that. Even maybe 54. I don't know. And Undertaker is pretty beaten up now. And, I mean, his last couple matches this year, they were pretty much one-sided matches where the Undertaker didn't even take any bump at all. It was just all him whipping whoever he was facing, which was Undertaker and Rusev. And I mean, I just don't know. As big of a fan that I am of Undertaker, I just think it's really time for Undertaker to hang it up because he cannot give it 100% like, like he used to. He just is not in that condition anymore. And I mean, I think he's supposed to be doing the Madison Square Garden event. So what do you guys think about that? I'll start with you, Psycho. What do you think about Undertaker, the current Undertaker? What do you think? Do you think Undertaker should return, or you think he should just hang it up?
Well, first, Undertaker is 53 years old. I just found that out.
Okay.
Birthday is March 25th. And here's my thing on the Undertaker. I've always liked him since I've been a wrestling fan.
Okay.
Do I want to see the Undertaker come back? Yeah. I mean, just like with The Rock, I would love to see these guys come back and be their regular because I'm a fan. At the same time, excuse me. At the same time, I agree with you. Undertaker doesn't have anything else to prove. As a matter of fact, he actually earned his Hall of Fame spot whenever he's ready to go in there. So, I don't know. I mean, I have mixed feelings on it. I would like to see him come back on a regular basis, but if he comes back on a regular basis, is he going to do stupid matches like we always see? Somebody, when they come back and they old, they always got some stupid match they always are in. There's some stupid storyline. Or is he going to come back and have some great matches and be in a great storyline? See, that's my whole take on it.
Yeah.
If he comes back, be in a good storyline. Going to come back, don't be in something stupid. If you're going to be in something stupid, then just come back from time to time, maybe through the year. Maybe, come at WrestleMania like always. Maybe come at SummerSlam, come at Royal Rumble, and come at Survivor Series. Come back at the big main pay-per-view. I have mixed feelings on it.
I honestly don't see Undertaker ever having another great match, and I do know that Undertaker has created control over his character. So if they was to put Undertaker in something stupid, I doubt Undertaker would even take it. I think he'd stand his ground and say no. So anyway, what do you think, Miss Regis?
I honestly think that he shouldn't come back. I'm sorry. I'm just being honest. He's had enough, like Ric Flair. Time for him to hang up the boots and the coat and the hat and the whatever and gimmick he wants to come out to and just be done with it.
Right. And
I just feel that way. Let me throw this out there real quick.
Hold on, man. Hold on. What did you say, Regis?
I just feel that way because, he pretty much squashed John Cena because the other two matches he had, he didn't win them. What the hell's his name? Roman beat him.
Yeah.
So they let him squash John Cena because he didn't win his other two matches and people weren't happy about that. So yeah, woohoo!
I think that the whole thing. Yeah, I think that the whole thing. I remember Undertaker's entrance was longer than the match.
Yeah, it was. So that's long as hell. I was like, are you ever gonna come down to the ring, or are we just gonna sit
think
here?
It was more of the people wanting to see him. I don't have a problem with Taker making an appearance or whatever the case may be, but when it comes to him wrestling, I think that I love Taker, but I think it's over for him. I really do. And like I said, he has nothing else to prove. So
let me throw this out there real quick. Speaking about Undertaker, I do think, and I've said this for the longest, I think one should never had lost at WrestleMania.
Boy, everybody says that, yeah.
He should have went undefeated. Now, what I think they should have done was let him go undefeated, win the title at WrestleMania, then come up with some storyline or something where he can never be beat at WrestleMania. So they hold a tournament for the. Now I think if he comes back, what they need to do, let him win the title one more time, let him retire like that, and then put him in the Hall of Fame this coming up year. Now that's just my take on that.
Well, I can understand. That sounds like a good idea on paper, but I don't know. Maybe they might do that. I don't know. I just don't. I don't know about him going to the Hall of Fame next year because I've heard you. You are like the third person I've heard say that here in the last couple days that Undertaker needs to go into the Hall of Fame next year and this, that, and the other. But I mean, I don't know. We'll see. But I just hope the best for Taker. And one thing that I was people that I feel like should have happened if they were going to let Taker's streak be broken, it should have been Bray Wyatt who broke the streak.
I agree.
They screwed Bray Wyatt's character royal. And I was telling somebody earlier, I was like, I really hope it's not too late for Bray because, you know, as bad as they screwed his character, it's because Bray was like the modern day Undertaker. And it would have made more sense to me, in my opinion, for them to let him basically continue the legacy of Taker. They could have even let Taker, you know, shake his hand, pass the torch to him, and let Taker endorse Bray Wyatt. Because Bray Wyatt is he's a great promo dude, you know, and
I agree.
I was hearing somebody was telling me earlier today, they were like, you know, Vince and the company pretty much have a hard on for these muscle bound morons or whatever. And they put these muscle bound morons on the top, you know, at top of the company or whatever the case may be. And I just don't understand that. Like I told the person, I was like, well, when Taker first came in, he wasn't built. He wasn't, you know, he didn't have any definition or anything like that. Taker was just a tall, intimidating looking dude. Big, tall, intimidating looking dude. And he knew how to play his character. So, you know, and he's just within the last 3 or 4 years since he's been with Michelle McCool, that's when he started having a lot of definition. Like, you know, you could see a little muscular frame and stuff like that show up on the Undertaker. But, you know, other than that, you know, it's ridiculous that, you know, they would have a hard on for people like that when Bray Wyatt he has the talent. Bray Wyatt has the talent to, you know, to carry on the legacy of the Undertaker, in my opinion. So, you know, I'm just really, I'm hoping the best for Taker. I really do.
I agree with everything you just said.
So, okay. So, all right. Now, I just thought of another topic. Okay, so everybody knows that Shawn Michaels, he retired, and Shawn Michaels said that he wasn't going to come back to wrestle again. However, we already know how that goes. Now, honestly, I do think that I don't think that Shawn will be able to come in and give it 100% like he used to. I don't think he'll ever be the showstopper that we knew and grew to love back in the day. But I think that even if Shawn Michaels came back at 50%, it would be an awesome match, depending on who you put him in there with. And okay, so what is your thoughts? Psycho? What is your thoughts about Shawn Michaels? Do you think that Shawn Michaels have a match left in him?
Well, I like Shawn Michaels, and I have followed him not just in the ring but outside the ring. And being a follower of Christ myself, I've actually heard Shawn Michaels preach, and his sermons that he has gave has been very, very powerful. So I like Shawn Michaels, and I like to see Brother Shawn come back to wrestling. Do I think he's got a match in him? I think he do. I mean, I really, really think he do. Now, is he coming back full time like Taker?
No. He said that if he does anything, it's pretty much going to be like a one-off. And I don't see any purpose behind a one-off. I don't. Now I could see if they was to put him in a storyline or something like that, and he did something like somewhat like what Sting did, except for way different. I think I could deal with that.
I think that's probably what they would do, though. I mean, let's look at it. We're talking about Shawn Michaels. I mean, he can kind of come in there because he's buddy with Triple H. He kind of can come in and say, "Hey, Triple H, I want to do this," and you already know Triple H can be like, "Yeah, that's cool, dude. That's cool. You can do it."
Yeah, but it's all gonna have to go through Vince, and you already know Vince will agree with it because Vince, I'm sure Vince would love to have Shawn Michaels back.
Yeah, I think that if they do a good storyline that leads up to the match, and actually let him wrestle against somebody that's worth not Roman Reigns.
I can no, because that I can see there's several guys right now on the WWE roster, even NXT. Shawn Michaels brought that up about the NXT roster. I think it was it Johnny Gargano that he was talking about that he would love to have a match with, I think. But I can see several matches, man. Daniel Bryan, Finn Balor, AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. There's a lot of guys. Yeah. All of those guys, Shawn Michaels, I believe, could have a really good match with either one of them. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, so Regis, what do you think about Mr. Shawn Michaels?
You know what? I'm just gonna be honest. He should just come in and be okay. Isn't Kurt Angle still the general manager, right?
Yeah, I think he's the general manager of NXT for right now. Who did you say? Kurt Angle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he should be the next general manager. Shawn Michaels should.
That would be.
I don't think he should be in any matches, but you know how they have a new general manager for SmackDown. That shit's about to end with Kurt Angle, so I think they should have Shawn Michaels come in and be the next GM. It would be cool. I just never thought of that.
I just hope that whatever they do with Shawn Michaels or whatever the case may be, I just hope it's worth it. That's all I got to say. And and since you brought up Kurt Angle, the storyline that they have going on with him, I know you said that you haven't really been paying attention to what's been going on, but they have Baron Corbin. I don't know why they are doing this, but me and Killer were talking about this yesterday, and Killer seems to think that it may just be to kind of give him a little more personality, a little more just bring his character in a little better. I just hope that whatever they do, I hope it works out. That's all. I mean, that's all I can say about that, because the stuff that they have been doing here lately with Kurt Angle, it's been kind of sucky. And I think that Kurt Angle could do a way better job than what they are doing with him right now. And I really thought that Kurt Angle was going to, I just thought he was going to be a little better. That's what I thought. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I wish they had never did the Jason Jordan Kurt Angle, is my dad in the epic fail top storyline bullshit. I really wish that never came to light, because you can't go back on it unless you bring Jason Jordan's real dad in and be like, yeah, actually he's my son or whatever,
Now, I'm going to tell you, so we talked about, me and Killer was talking about Jason Jordan yesterday as well. And we were basically trying to figure out. Well, I was trying to figure out why the hell they haven't brought Jason Jordan back in yet. But we already know that they just don't know what to do with him right now. They don't know, and it's like, dang man, what in the world? And Killer said that he think that what they should do is right now. You know that Chad Gable is having issues with oh goodness, what's his name? The showstopper, Dolph Ziggler, and dang, what's old big boy's name that Dolph Ziggler is with? Come on, people, help me out here. Who is the guy that Dolph Ziggler is with? Oh my goodness, and y'all call yourself wrestling fans. Let me see. Drew McIntyre. Thank you, Big Southern, for giving me that answer. So, he's been having issues with Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler. Yeah, and he's lost to them. He lost to both of them, and basically, what Killer was talking about is why don't y'all just have Jason Jordan to come out there and save Chad Gable. Let it be a slow burn, and let Chad Gable be like, man, I don't know if I could trust you right now because you already left me one time and this, that, and the other, because you know how he got drafted to Raw and they broke up the tag team and everything. So
think about it, he didn't leave him. He get drafted.
Well, I mean, he pretty much kind of did leave him, but he basically could just eventually come to trust Jason Jordan, and they need to put American Alpha back together because, in my opinion, they should not have even broke American Alpha up. That was just dumb to me. That was really stupid to me. They didn't have a long enough
run, if you think about it.
Right, exactly. And I mean, all of the stuff that these guys did in NXT together, I mean, it just didn't mean anything after they broke them up. It was just absolutely stupid. We are going to move in to Money in the Bank predictions. And
Cha-ching.
Not in any particular order, but we are going to go ahead and discuss these matches and who we think is going to be the winner of these matches. Okay, so we are going to start off with the last man standing match between AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. And to me, I'm just going to, I'm going with Shinsuke this time. And the reason I'm going with Shinsuke this time is because it seems like Shinsuke is getting in the mind of AJ Styles. He's playing mind games with AJ Styles, and he's winning. He's winning these mind games over AJ. And a lot of times when you have someone's mind already, you pretty much already won the fight. So being that it's a last man standing match and Shinsuke is deemed as the king of hard style, or whatever the case may be, or strong style, I should say, I think that Shinsuke is going to get the championship this time. So, Mr. Psycho, what do you think? Who do you think is going to win between AJ and Shinsuke Nakamura?
Well, I like both competitors. I like AJ Styles, always liked him, and I always liked Shinsuke. And I must say, I said it before, I'm going to say it again. Shinsuke should have won at WrestleMania. Shinsuke should have won at Backlash. Now, I think it's time for AJ to drop the title to Shinsuke Nakamura. So you already know, I'm like you. I'm going to go with Shinsuke Nakamura, although what might happen is AJ Styles might win it and then Shinsuke get it at SummerSlam. That's how it looks. But hopefully Shinsuke will get that title.
Yeah, but that's just overdoing it to me for them. Now, knowing who we are talking about, which is the WWE, that may be what they go with. But I can actually see like AJ getting a rematch at SummerSlam or something like that. But as far as Shinsuke losing again, that's just I just don't want to see it. I don't want to. If he loses again, they need to just go ahead on and let it go. That's ridiculous. But anyway,
Yeah,
so
but
who do
hopefully
you
Shinsuke will win.
who do you think is going to win this match, Miss Regis? Shinsuke and AJ. Who? Okay. All right. So we are going to move on to the Raw Women's Championship, which is Nia Jax and Rowdy Ronda Sexy Rowdy. Anyway, so I just had to throw that in there. I actually think that Ronda Rousey is pretty much going to win this match. Now they could throw us a swerve, but I don't think they will. Then again, I could be wrong. But I honestly think that as much as I like Ronda Rousey, I think that it's way too early for them to be trying to put a championship on her. I think that they should have waited just a little longer before they went to put a championship on her. And the reason I say that is because there are ladies there who deserve a chance before her. But oh well, oh hell, who are we? I honestly think that Ronda is going to win this match. So, what do you think, Psycho? Who do you think is going to win this match between Nia Jax and Ronda Rousey?
I agree with what you said. I think it's too early. Matter of fact, it's too early for Nia Jax to lose that title. She hadn't had it that long. And I think they still need to keep the angle that they started with Ronda Rousey. You know, I'm going to earn my spot. You know, so I don't think that it was a good move for them to do the whole thing with Nia Jax challenge Ronda Rousey. I don't even understand that. I think that, you know, this is a difficult one because I think in one way Nia Jax is going to win to really truly get the rivalry going, and then eventually Ronda Rousey wins it from Nia Jax. But then again, we are talking about WWE of all companies, so Ronda Rousey might win it probably. That's just my thought.
Well, I honestly don't think it's too early for Nia to lose the belt. I just think it's too early for them to put Ronda Rousey in the match for the belt. Because there are women there who is more deserving right now of that championship. And I'll throw one out there right now that, you know, well, a couple out there right now that they are misusing, in my opinion. And that is Sasha Banks. That is Mickey James and Bayley. They are misusing those ladies. And I don't think it's too early for them to take the title off of Nia Jax. I think it's, you know, that's how it goes. Because if you say that, then I mean, well, we'll get to that. But anyway, so Miss Regis, who do you think is going to win between Nia Jax and Ronda Rousey?
Honestly, I don't know, but I do agree with what you're saying. But I think that Nia shouldn't lose this title just because, like, give her a chance to have a run. You know, she worked really hard. If you if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I got you.
But I do think it is early for Ronda to have her first championship match. Like, what has she done to deserve that? If you get my drift. Because, like, she's only been here, for like a couple seconds? Dude.
Pretty much.
Like, let her have a run first before she gets the title, and then give her a chance to get the title. I'm just saying because that's how you do all y'all's other wrestlers. So why treat y'all saying y'all don't want to treat her different, but y'all are doing the opposite of what you're supposed to be doing.
Okay, so somebody just texted me and told me. uh, now I kind of do agree with this because I think that she is a tough female or whatever the case may be, but I don't know. But Alicia Falk, yeah, because Alicia Falk, Alicia Falk, yeah, she is, and
She's my kind of.
yeah, but I don't think man, those people they don't give a damn about Alicia Falk, man. That's sad. You know.
She's been in the company.
Mm-hmm. So I think
like
she's another one that's being misused. Yeah.
Melina's been there for a long time and she ain't there no more.
All right. So moving on, people, we are going to go with the men Money in the Bank hunt. And we have Mr. Braun Strowman for Raw. We got Kevin Owens for Raw. We got Finn Balor for Raw. We got Bobby Roode for Raw. Okay. We got The Miz SmackDown. We got Rusev for SmackDown. We got Samoa Joe for SmackDown. And we have a member of the New Day who is going to be, which I believe that's going to be Mr. Big E. That's who I believe is going to be the one. But now they may surprise me, but I hope right here is kind of tough to call. So I'm just going to go with Braun Strowman on this just because now from what I did hear, I heard that a lot of people were saying that The Miz was going to pull this one off or whatever. I like now more than I did back in the day, but I just don't. I don't care to see The Miz get the contract this time. I think it's someone else's time. And let me tell you something. If Mr. Samoa Joe wins it, oh, I would love it. I would pop. Mr. Joe to win the Money in the Bank because I think that he definitely deserves it. But I'm going to go with Braun Strowman right now. So, Psycho, who are you going for with the men's Money in the Bank?
Well, they got great competitors in this particular match, and I do agree with me talking about this yesterday. I believe it is going to be Big E that does get in there from New Day. Now, there have been talks that a lot of folks said that Rusev is the one that everybody want to see win it. Which I wouldn't have an issue if he won it. I'd be cool.
No, I wouldn't
like
either.
Rusev.
Yeah, me too. I agree.
If Miz win it, I see the storyline with that because I like the Miz. If Bobby Roode win it, that would be cool because I can see a storyline with that.
I don't see that happening.
No, I don't either. But if Samoa Joe wins it, that would be cool. The three that I see possibly winning, Rusev is one. Finn Balor would be the other one. Matter of fact, Finn Balor ought to get the title back because technically he did lose the title. But I'm like you. I think that Braun Strowman may pull it off. I mean, we could be stunned and Finn Balor get it or Rusev get it or whatever. But tough one.
Okay, so who's your ultimate choice?
Oh my, that's tough because I like a lot. I like all of them.
Okay. Well, I like all of them too, but come on.
I say Rusev probably this is just my opinion. I say Rusev might win it, and when we get to the women's Money in the Bank, you'll see why I said Rusev. But I won't be upset if Braun Strowman win it because I think it's his time. I do think it is Braun Strowman's time. So that's just my thoughts right there.
All right. So Regis, who do you think is going to win the men's Money in the Bank contract ladder match?
Braun Strowman.
All right. So 2 for the big guy. So yeah. So yeah, that's our thoughts on the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Let's see. So we are going to move on to the women. The women. This is the one that I'm looking forward to the most. I must say because I'm just loving what they are doing with the women today. Okay, so the women's Money in the Bank contract ladder match. We have Ember Moon for Raw, Alexa Bliss for Raw, Natalia for Raw, Sasha Banks for Raw, and okay, we got Charlotte Flair for SmackDown, Becky Lynch for SmackDown, Lana for SmackDown, and Naomi for SmackDown. Hopefully, I called them all out. So, okay. Now this is a tough me. Um, I've heard a lot of talking. A lot of people are thinking that Ember Moon is going to win this. Now, if Ember Moon was to win this, honestly, I would not be unhappy about it at all because Ember Moon is a great talent. I just don't know if it would be too soon for her to and I just don't them now, Alexa Bliss may win it. I don't know, but I don't think that Alexa Bliss needs to win this right now. And then looking at how oh my goodness, man. Looking at how they have been misusing Becky Lynch here lately. I would love Becky Lynch. So I'm gonna say I'm going with Becky. And one person that I'm gonna say that I don't see why they are even in this match, that's Lana. I don't see why they Lana in this match. And I know that people have been talking about, oh, Rusev and Lana may be the first husband and wife team to win the Money in the Bank contract and all of this dumb crap. I'm sorry. Rusev win it, I'll be happy. Lana win it, hell, that's just not going to work for me. So I'm Becky Lynch this. Like I said, if Ember Moon wins it, I wouldn't be upset, but I'm going with Becky Lynch. So, Psycho, think is going to who do you think is going to win the women's Money in the Bank contract?
Now, this one has interesting competitors as well, but there are a few of them that I like more than I like others. I do like, and I'm not going to say her first name because we all know how the Amazon devices are, but I do like Bliss. I like her. And I do like Charlotte, and I do like Sasha. This is why I said the thing about Rusev possibly winning it, because the way it looks is Lana's going to probably win it. And the reason why, so that they can have this whole angle about Rusev and Lana being the couple. They got Money in the Bank briefcases and so forth. However, I think Moon would be good at getting. I mean, she is fairly new to the main roster. I think it'd be good for her resume. So I'm with you, man. I'm gonna pick Moon. I think she might pull it off. Got the resume to do it. So let's go for her.
All right. So, Miss Regis, who do you think is going to win the women Money in the Bank ladder match?
Can we just know how dope her theme music is?
Oh yeah, I like her music too, and her. She's sexy. But anyway, go ahead. Sounds like you already made your choice.
Hey, yeah, she does. But,
yeah, I can agree with that.
Who are we talking about that did? Oh, Lana. What has Lana done? What has Lana done? Don't even
get me started with that. I feel you on. That's exactly what I was talking.
Like people on Twitter, or I think I wrote on Facebook or something one time saying she can't wrestle, and I got tips for it. And
yeah,
I don't know where I said that, but like wrestle and all this other shit, and I got she's getting up there. She's getting up there.
Well, it's that was your opinion though. If you feel like she can't wrestle, then people can't get upset about that.
She's only been in the ring for a while now. Like, she's not the greatest wrestler. Like, I think she is looking like Britney Spears. Go sit down.
And have a couple seats. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Oh man.
It's weird because what she the Money in the Bank contract or the women Didn't they put her in a match against Naomi for that championship?
Yeah, yeah.
Why?
No. They put her in the match with oh man, was it Peyton Royce?
No,
Was it Peyton Royce or
it was somebody for the championship, and I think it was Naomi because Naomi had it.
you talking about the last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
You deserve that belt.
Nope.
Why would you do that? It's a good thing they didn't let her win, because if they did, I would have been not watching product. Does stupid booking 101.
Okay. So before we move on,
Stupid bitches.
let me ask y'all this. For the men, and whoever the woman is that for the man or whoever the woman is that win, when do you think they are going to cash in their money in the bank? Do you think that they are going to cash in right away? Think they are going to wait for a little while? What do you think? Myself, huh? Go ahead.
Oh, well, everybody already knows that just get in right away is the so why wait for paper?
Or either that, or like they used to do back in the day and cash in right there on one of the shows, like either the Raw or the SmackDown or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'm thinking that if the man, whoever the man is that win, I'm thinking that they are probably going to wait, and the woman probably is going to wait too. I don't know. I don't exactly. But we'll see how that goes. What do you think, Psycho?
Well, it's been a toss up. I mean, we've seen some cash it in soon, right after they did it. We've seen them cash it in. For the men, the only way for men to cash, well, see, they won't be able to cash it in that night. Well, they could, but it would not make any sense, because unless the championship matches is after the Money in the Bank matches.
I'm sure that the main event is probably going to be Shinsuke and AJ. I'm thinking it's going to be the main event.
Well, they could. I mean, we've seen them cash it in the same night they win it. We've seen them cash it in.
The only person that I've seen do that, who was it that? Oh my goodness! I'm trying to think of who it was that did that. Anyway, I don't remember, so it don't matter.
Like I said, I don't know. I really, when it comes to how soon or how far off would they cash it, I don't know. I think that it needs to be good, and I think that it needs to be surprising when they do it.
Yeah.
Not be expected, because sometimes you can tell, oh, they're going to cash it.
But I do like tease, though. I like when they come out and do the little teasers and stuff, like, yeah, just remember, I could cash in on you at any time.
Yeah, that's good.
I got to say, okay. So I was just told that Kane did it to Rey Mysterio. Okay, I don't remember that. Oh, yes, I do. Okay, yeah. Okay, all right, yeah. I do remember when that happened.
Your mind confuses me, because you went, oh, I don't remember that. Now you're like, oh, yes, I do.
Yeah, I do, because I had to
I do
clear those cobwebs up. Had to shake it off a little bit. So let me ask y'all. Okay, yeah, it was 2010. So okay, have you noticed that Lana's accent has been disappearing? Her so-called Russian accent.
Yeah, because her and Rusev, believe it or not, I do not believe. I could be wrong, but I don't think they're from Russia. I think that's a put on, but I could be wrong.
You are absolutely wrong.
Lana is from California.
Rusev is from Bulgaria, and Lana was born there, and they
American.
Right. She knows Russian. She speaks Russian, but you're right, and I think that the reason why they are doing that is because they are trying to get Lana away from that act. Which, I think that would be cool for them to take that just let it go, leave it alone, because I mean, damn, they have done a lot of things like, like they act like we don't remember them doing this, that, and the other, and then they go with something else. You know how the WWE is, how they do things. But before we move on from the Money in the Bank contract, I got to say this. I honestly think that the winners of the Money in the Bank matches, in my honest to goodness opinion, I honestly think that they ought to be able to pick whatever champion or whomever the champion is on either brand. They should be able to pick who they want to go against. I know that they did this for the Royal Rumble, but honestly, I think that it should be that way for the Money in the Bank, not the Royal Rumble.
I
I think
agree.
the Royal Rumble should be if your if your if person from your show won the Royal Rumble, they should be going against the person on their own brand. It should not be like that for the Money in the Bank. They should flip flop. The Money in the Bank should be what they're doing with Royal Rumble, and the Royal Rumble should be what they are doing for Money in the Bank. So that's how I feel about that.
Let me interject
Go
this.
ahead.
I think with Royal Rumble, I don't know now. Personally, I like the way they do the Royal Rumble, so they should keep it. But the Money in the Bank thing, I do agree with you on, because that would throw some swerve balls, because they play like they're gonna cash it in, like they could say Braun Strowman won the title on Raw, right?
Mm-hmm.
He could play like he's gonna cash it in on Raw, but bust out and cash it in like on AJ or Shinsuke, whoever win it, and then he'll be on SmackDown. That would be fun, but it would also keep interest as well.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see in the near future what they are going to do with that. But okay, so moving on, good people. All
I'm a
right,
bad person.
so we got Roman Reigns
Boo.
versus Jinder Mahal. And I don't like neither one of these guys.
This is boring.
I just do not see. I just do not see them. I don't see them letting Jinder Mahal beat Roman Reigns. I don't see that happen, because now if it's via qualification, I can see that. But other than that, I do not see them letting Jinder Mahal go over Roman Reigns. I don't see it happen. Yeah, that's the better name for him. So, Psycho, think going to win between Jinder Mahal and Roman Reigns. Which one?
Well, this is what you're going to hear on Father's Day night. This is boring.
It's Father's Day?
This is boring.
Okay, so who do you think is going to win between Jinder Mahal and Roman Reigns?
You want my honest opinion, or you want me to give a laugh? I can give both.
Who do you think is going to win between Roman Reigns and Jinder Mahal?
Honestly, I could care less about both of them. Honestly, so I don't have teams. So they both suck. That was a waste of my time of looking at that. So I could care less. They both go. I'll go and music or something when that match is on. No.
All right. So Regis, who do you think is going to win between Jinder Mahal and Roman Reigns?
I'm sorry, I'm still rolling about what I feel like.
All right.
That's my
She's going to be drinking her some milk and eating some cookies. All right.
I'm not
so now we have Intercontinental Championship match between the Intercontinental Champion, which is Seth Rollins, and the what did he call himself? Elias. I like Elias. I like old Elias.
I thought we were talking about Miz.
Miz is going to be in the Money in the Bank. So Okay, so who do you think is going to win that match, Mr. Psycho, between Seth Rollins and Elias?
Now, I like both of them. I like Seth Rollins. However, hello, my name is Elias, and what I need to do is silence your phones and hold your applause, because I'm about to give you the performance of a lifetime. And WWE stands for Walk with Elias.
So I guess
Yes,
you are
I'm
going
gonna.
with Elias, right?
You know it.
All right.
I've said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. I am a huge Elias fan, man. I'm telling you.
Well,
It's
I'm
something
happy
about
for
Elias. My boy Elias.
you. All right. So, Regis, who do you think is going to win between Seth Rollins and Elias? Do not piss yourself. Who do you think is going to win between Seth Rollins and Elias?
Sorry, wrong about what you said. That shit. My husband Seth.
Your husband, Seth Rollins. All righty then.
I'm sorry, it was just funny what you said.
Now,
I never heard anybody say.
we have Daniel Bryan versus Big
Please don't do
Cass.
his shtick either.
Who do you think is going to win between Daniel Bryan? Well, I think I think that Big Cass is going to win this match. Because he's already taken a beating by Daniel Bryan, and I think it's time for Bryan to take a beating by Cass. So, Psycho, who do you think is going to win between these two dudes?
Well, I like both Daniel Bryan and I like Big Cass, and you're all right. Daniel did get the win over Big Cass. So I think being that Big Cass is basically returning to the ring, which he already has, I think Big Cass should, I really do. I think he should win it.
Okay. So who do you think is going to win between Daniel Bryan and Big Cass, Miss Regis?
Brian.
All right. So what do you all think so far about Daniel Bryan's return? What do you all think? Do you all think that it's been a successful return so far, or do you think that, what do you think? In my opinion, I'm gonna go ahead and throw my opinion out there right quick. I honestly think that Daniel Bryan is doing a wonderful job. I think that he's doing really good, and as long as and I did hear something about the reason why they didn't put him in the ladder match, and it makes a lot of sense because those ladder matches are notorious for concussion and stuff like that, and they didn't want him to catch a concussion. So I think that they did the right thing by keeping him out of that match. But other than that, I think that Daniel Bryan has been doing a great job, and I think that Daniel Bryan is really happy with his position right now. I believe so anyway. So anyway, what do you think, Psycho? What do you think about Daniel Bryan's return? And let's make it quick, snap.
I agree with you. I think that having a good run, so they just need to keep it up.
All right, Miss Regis.
I think he's doing good. I think he deserves it. That's all I have.
All righty then. So now we are going to move on to SmackDown Women's Champion. And that match is between Carmella with her sexy ass. Carmella is money, baby. But unfortunately,
okay, you need to sit down.
She's going against Asuka, so she's going to lose. That's my opinion on that. I think that Miss Asuka is going to kick off in Carmella's ass, and she's going to take the SmackDown Women's Championship. So, Mr. Psycho,
Sure
I do. But anyway, so Psycho, you think that Asuka or Mella is going to win this match?
Well, I do like Carmella. From what you described to me, she is hot. But I'm going to say it again. Asuka won at WrestleMania, and so maybe Asuka's going to win it. Who knows? We're talking about WWE, so
yeah. But anyway, we are talking about your opinion. Who do you think is going to win? Do you think it's going to be Carmella, or do you think it's going to be Asuka?
I think it's going to. Oh, I gonna be Oscar 100%. But if Carmella wins, I won't be mad. But I'll be disappointed, but I won't be mad. But I'm going for Oscar.
Okay, so Miss Regis, I think I know who you going for. But anyway, I'll go ahead and let you say it. Who do you think is going to win the SmackDown's Women's Championship?
Who do you think I'm?
Oscar.
Damn, yeah.
Okay. And now I understand everyone's frustration far as Oscar losing at WrestleMania, because I was kind of frustrated about it myself.
Yeah,
but
I left my ice cream.
I kind of got over it because, it helped Oscar, in my opinion, more than it harmed anything, because, now Oscar don't have to worry about, when her streak gonna come to an end and this and that and the other. And now we know that Oscar can actually touch. You know what I'm saying? It can happen. She could be defeated. And being that Carmella has, she's beaten Charlotte twice, it made for a really good, storyline for Carmella to come out there and run her mouth and say, hey, I beat Charlotte twice, and Charlotte was the one who defeated Oscar for her streak. So what does that tell you? That tells you that I'm twice as good as Oscar, which that's the thing. But if anything was to happen where the belt stays or the championship, excuse me, Vince, I didn't mean to say belt. Don't find. So,
he finds you said belt.
He don't like people with belts no more. He want it to be called championship. But anyway,
well, I mean, it's crap.
Exactly. That's I don't get it. But anyway,
it ain't like a trophy, day.
Right, right. And
we're not supposed to call them pro wrestlers. We're supposed to call them
sports entertainment. Yeah, or we don't call them wrestlers.
I'm my own ass saying that.
We don't call them wrestlers no more. They are superstars. Yeah, but anyway, that's dick. But
okay.
Yeah, I do see if Carmella was to keep the belt, it's going to be via disqualification somehow, and they may try to move it on to. I could kind of see it kind of moving on to SummerSlam, where they put a stipulation on the match where it's no disqualification or something like that. But I hope that doesn't happen. I'm going for Oscar, and although like I said, I do like Carmella and everything, but it's Oscar's time, in my opinion, and in my humble opinion, it is absolutely Oscar's time. So now moving on to this lame ass match. I don't know why in the hell they are even doing this. It makes no sense to me. The storyline has been really sucky and stupid to me. Bobby Lashley versus Sami Zayn. Now,
what the hell?
I squash match. I'm definitely going for Bobby Lashley on this.
Me too.
And what do you think, Psycho? Are you going for Bobby or are you going for Sami Zayn on this one?
Well, I like both of them, but I think Bobby Lashley needs to get it because, Sami Zayn, he's won his big matches, so it's time for Bobby Lashley to do it. And I don't understand why Sami Zayn is going up against Bobby Lashley, but I pick Lashley to win it. He needs to win it.
Okay, so what do you all think about the I know, Regis, you haven't really been keeping up with it. I already gave my about stupid ass storyline that they are doing with Bobby Lashley and Sami Zayn, but what do you think, Psycho? Do you like this storyline that they are doing with Zayn and Lashley, or do you think it could have been something totally different? What do you think?
It's stupid. Don't make sense, and they should have done something else with Bobby Lashley. Really?
Yeah, being as how big this dude is, man. I could have seen them do like a storyline between him and possibly Braun Strowman. That would have made a little more sense to me. So
that would have been cool.
I just don't see. And then with ever since Bobby Lashley has been back with the WWE, they have been sticking him in some stupid ass matches. It's been 10-man tags, 6-man tags, tag matches. It's just been really ridiculous when this dude is one man gang, pretty much, and he could do his own thing, and it's stupid. I hope the best Bobby Lashley and Sami Zayn. It's not their fault for what they are being put in. So I just hope the best for these guys. So anyway, moving on, we are talking about the SmackDown tag team match, which is going to be the Bludgeon Brothers versus Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson.
The
Now,
Good Brothers,
honestly,
the Bludgeon Brothers. Good.
yeah. Now
I
I don't. It's like what they have really, in my opinion, again, in my humble opinion, they have really been wasting the hell out of the good. They've been wasting. Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows was doing a better job in New Japan. I don't even know why they brought guys to the WWE just to waste them the way that they are. I don't get it. So with this match right here, I'd be happy to see Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows win the title, but I don't think I honestly don't. I just because of how things have been going with these guys here recently, man. It's I don't see Carl Anderson or Luke Gallows winning it. So I'm a just go with the it was hard for me to say that. So anyway, Psycho, who are you going for in this match here? The Bludgeon Brothers or the Good Brothers?
Well, I mean, the brothers, yeah.
The Bludgeon Brothers.
Thank you. I don't know why I got tongue tied. They've been doing a lot of but I do agree. I don't like what they're doing with Good Brothers. And I'm just going to go ahead and say, what if the Good Brothers seriously, what if they threw that slow
I'd
ball?
be happy. That'd be lovely.
I mean, so I'm going to go with Brothers. They may lose, but I'm still going to go for them.
All righty. So, Miss Regis, I kind of think I already know where you're going to with this, but I'm going to go ahead and let you answer it. Who do you think is going to win, the Good Brothers or the Blood?
the Good Brothers. Jesus.
I already knew who you were going for already. Okay.
I know you can read my mind before I can read my.
Yes, ma'am. And okay, so this match here is a possibility. We don't know. It has not been confirmed as of yet, but it probably will take place. We'll probably find out a little more about this on next week's Raw. And this match is the broken Matt. Well, woke, frick, lame shit. The woken Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt possibly going against the B-Damn team, which is dumb as hell. Which that is Bo Dallas and oh Lord, what is his name? Curtis Axel. I not see Bray and Matt losing the belts, right? Excuse me, Vince. I'm sorry. The championship at this time, I don't see that happening.
Your guy's gonna get fired real big. You know
For
that, right?
real, boy. He gonna find shit out of me. You can't squeeze blood from a turnip, but he's gonna get the CM Punk Colt Cabana treatment. He's gonna lose. But anyway, so who do you all think is going to win this match? I don't see, like I said, I don't see Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy dropping the championships this early. I don't see it happening. So it would be cool to see Bray and his brother, though, in real life, which is Bo Dallas, wrestle each other. But like I said, I don't see Bray and Matt dropping the titles at this time. So who do you think is going to win this, Psycho?
I'm going for Bray and Matt. I like them more than I like Curtis and Bo Dallas.
Yeah, the B team. Miss Regis, who do you think is going to win this match? I'm going to rate my excitement first from 1 to 10 towards this Money in the Bank 2018 pay-per-view. There's a couple matches in here that I'm excited to see. And some of these matches are pretty much going to be like repeats and stuff like that. So I think that just because I'm a wrestling fan, I'll go ahead and add a 5 onto it. And for the matches themselves on paper right now, I think I'll go ahead and pretty much like give it a 3. So my excitement for this it's pretty up there. I'll go ahead on and give it an 8 for right now. And hopefully when they do have the pay-per-view, my rate change. But right now I'll go ahead and give my excitement from 1 to 10 an 8. So Psycho, what is your excitement from 1 to 10 towards this Money in the Bank pay-per-view?
Well, my excitement probably be maybe a 6 or a 7.
All righty. Miss Regis, I can probably already guess what your excitement level is. It's probably in the negatives, but I'll go ahead and let you answer it for your damn self.
-2.
All right. Miss Regis said -2. So there you go, good people. Now we are going to close it out. And remember, people, to follow us at the Rasslin Cafe on Twitter, at Big Southern on Twitter, the Rasslin Cafe on Facebook, the Rasslin Cafe Potluck on Facebook, and go ahead and log into our therwrestlingcafe.com website, where you will find all of our podcasts and extra little things like this, that, and the other. And it was very, very nice to be with you good people. And until next time, holla, 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 holla.
Thanks for listening to the Rasslin Cafe podcast. Follow us on Twitter at the Rasslin Cafe and at Big Southern. Check out our website at www.therwrestlincafe.com. Join us next time on another episode of the Rasslin Cafe podcast.